Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy. Ah, la 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la. Mercato is crazy tonight. La 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 la.
Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, welcome back Serie A, welcome back Serie A, finally, 4 games today, 4 draws today, I watched 2 of them, I watched Inter drawing 2-2 against Genoa, I watched Milan drawing 2-2 against Torino, they were about to do a remontada and actually going over Torino in the last minutes. Goal of Morata is back in Serie A, not with Juve, but he's back in Serie A. It's always nice to see Morata, it's not that much nice to see him scoring with another Italian team that is not Juventus Football Club. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Ciao to all the Juventini of the world that are here tonight. Are we expecting some news? Let's see, because you know it. The title of today's video is Atalanta spending our money. That means... what does that mean? They are spending way too much because today they spend money for Samardzic, they spend money on Danso, which means that something is active, something is going faster, hopefully, because we are still waiting for Koopmeiners, we are still waiting for Nico Gonzalez, we are still waiting for another offensive winger, we are still waiting for a center back. And more we wait, more we have the chance that the players that were out of project are reintegrating the project, like Weston McKennie. That is not 100% definitive, but like Weston McKennie, like Filippo Pippo Kostic. Let me say hello to all the Juventini that are in the world. Let me say to all the Juventini that are here on the channel, that already decided to believe the channel, trust the channel, 32,675, grazie Juventini of the world. Welcome to all of you, but also the people that are here together with us. Apparently it's the birthday of Zayed. Happy birthday, Zayed. I don't know if I will be able to find you back into the chat. No, at the moment, no, Zayed. I can't find you with your message. I can't find you with your messages, Zayed. But know one thing, Zayed. Know one thing. That I'm wishing you a happy birthday. So happy birthday, Zayed, my friend. We have immediately a donation this evening with Mohammed Al-Hosani. They're saying today is my son. Today is my son's birthday, Zayed. He says hi. Now I understand. First of all, thank you for the donation, Muhammad. Let me say thank you to Zayed Al-Hosani. Zayed, happy birthday, my boy. Have a good one. Enjoy with papa, with mama, with brothers and sisters. If you have some with your friends at school, not school, enjoying holiday, but enjoy your birthday. Be a good kid. And Forza Juve, always, important, Zayed. Now I found him. I couldn't find him. Now I found him. Happy birthday to Mohammed's son, Zayed. Bogdan Gradisteanu, that is telling us, Beppe, 31 months together with you. Atalanta, you gotta give us turn Koopmeiners to Juve. At a certain moment, we will be here on our knees. We will be here on our knees to beg Atalanta, We will speak about Mercato in a second. I'm sure that we will have some news in a second. But first of all, let's speak a bit of Serie A. That started with actually beautiful results because we saw 4 games, or there were 4 games that were played. 4 draws, not that I cared that much about Empoli Monza. That was highly predictable that it would have started on a 0-0 and ended on a 0-0. It was super predictable. My son predicted 0-0. I predicted 0-0. It was way too easy. My heart was telling me, Beppe, 1-1 Inter. And then I said, no, Beppe, you know why you're saying 1-1? Because you hate them. Because you want them to lose points. They will win, Beppe. Don't listen to your heart. I should have listened to my heart because I did 3 draws and the win of Fiorentina. On the other side, I'm happy. You are pissed off. You are pissing Juventini off because you don't want to give us Nico Gonzalez. Here, you lose 2 points. And more you will do difficult, more the karma will punish you. The karma will punish you. And you're lucky, because apparently Parma played extremely well. I was not able to watch the game. I will watch the replay later, or the highlights. Ciao Onur, grandissimo Onur. Thank you for the donation, my friend. First donation after 2 draws to Milan and Inter. Indeed. They are losing points. Now, of course, it's beautiful to smile. It's beautiful to be happy because our opponents lost points, which is always important. But we need to do our job on Monday. Because if you lose, you have not advantage. You don't have any benefits, but you are 1 point behind. If you draw, you are equal. So we need to go in and win that game against Como, which we can speak about a bit later. Apparently, Denisman, the Romanian player, scored a beautiful goal. I didn't watch the goal, honestly. I need to watch it later. No. We need to enjoy. Yeah, we need to enjoy. But of course, that joy, that celebration, that being happy of Serie A starting in a beautiful way. Let's be honest. It started really a beautiful way for Juventini. It can be only short if we are not doing our job. So first, I always say, we do our job. When we did our job, then we can check the other ones and we can enjoy or not. Then I will tell you the truth, even if we didn't play yet, it's always a beautiful satisfaction to see Serie A being back, watching the games, seeing Inter with already a controversial goal allowed with VAR that we need to speak about. Then I saw a Milan that was in difficulty. I tell you, I saw some beautiful things today. I saw a Torino. Yes, it's true. They didn't play that second half. But that first half of Torino was really impressive about the way that they played. And I tell you, I was not even surprised. About the way that they played. Let me come back on that. Thank you, Onur. But also thank you to Matthew Tabone. I told you yesterday, Beppe, during the live, Genoa are dark horses. I said Torino, you said Genoa. It's true. Thank you, Matthew, for the donation. That's what I'm telling you. Also, the levels of the opponents are different. Inter is playing against Genoa, that last year did quite well in Serie A with Gilardino. He didn't receive at the moment what they promised him in Mercato, because to be honest, they didn't really reinforce themselves. To be honest, they even became weaker with Gudmundsson leaving. And he said it today before the game, we don't have stars. At Genoa, we don't have stars anymore. With Gudmundsson leaving, the star is the team. But of course, if you have Gudmundsson, it's one thing. If you have Messias, it's another thing. But it's true that Genoa is a solid team. And playing in their stadium, it's not easy. It's really not easy. We Juventini, we know that when we travel to Genoa, it's always difficult in the Marassi. It's always difficult to play against them. What game do you want to start analyzing really fast now? Because we are here, of course, for Juve. But which game is really that you say, Beppe, start analyzing this with a few words, what you saw, if there were some players that impressed you or not. Which is the player that we need to start speaking about? By the way, disaster, Beppe, or for the people that are playing Serie A Fantasy League, my league, I knew that Torino would do well. I knew it. Of course, I put them on the bench. 9 points for Zapata. 6 points for Bellanova. That's already 15 points just thrown away. And of course, I play with Pulisic with 3 points, 4 points for Çalhanoğlu. So bad choice of players. You want to speak about Inter Genoa, Matthew? Because you did a beautiful donation, I want to start with that one. So Inter Genoa. I tell you immediately, even if the last minutes, players that surprised me, Bisek. Mamma mia. Seriously, of course. He's causing that penalty at the end. And also in that fight against Vitinha, that for a microsecond became Maradona. Maradona was back on earth in his body. But except of these two things, he's playing a fantastic game. Honestly, I don't want to speak well about Inter, but if we are objective, I watched the game from the first minute. First of all, he was already tall, he was already huge, but looks like he became twice what he was already last year. Imponent, huge, big, fast. You don't win any duels with him. On the ground, in the air. I was really impressed by the game of Bisek. But seriously, Onuri Singh is a monster, yeah. Last year, of course, you saw that he had the qualities, but you understood why he was also a sub. This year, to take him out of the team, I don't know how they will do. I don't know how they will do, because what a player. So they win a more experienced Bisek than they have the players on the bench like Taremi, Zielinski. So they reinforce themselves with players that they already had with one more year. Then you have a Fratesi that is always dangerous when he's entering in the second half. If he stays with Inter, of course. I think he will at the end. But no, honestly, I saw a strong Inter. They played against the Genoa that they did a 2-2. They didn't deserve to receive that, according to me. It's not about deserving or not, because we will never know exactly the frames, the image. I'm just annoyed by the game because there is a possible offside. They don't show us the images. First of all, they cancel the goal. Then VAR is calling back. They don't show us the images. They come back after canceling the goal 5 minutes later, showing us a kind of 3D image that is supposed to be the semi-automatic offside generating image that is coming with, okay, but where is the ball? Who tells me that the ball is leaving that foot at that instance? I want to see it. I want to know it. I want to be sure about it. Why can't we go back to what we saw in the past? Use the semi-automatic rule that is even more precise, etc. I have no problem to say it was offside or onside, but show me the images with, the lines when the ball is leaving. Show me these images. Otherwise, it's extremely difficult for us to have good faith. No, but seriously, it's difficult for us. But I'm telling it also, if it was Juve, for other opponents, it's the same. Avoid these kind of discussions. Because today, from what I see on images from people that they took a screenshot, it looks like it is an offside. Then, an image made with special technology is more precise than just a frame that you are taking. We have no doubt about that. But also, sometimes the technology can be wrong. You saw on the goal, no goal, the watch of the referee didn't ring. He didn't receive the notification that it was goal, so the VAR had to come because technology was failing. Like the images of DAZN that we all watched today during the game Milan-Torino, that is at the moment also there, technology problem. So, it's a problem, It's a real problem that I would love really seriously to understand. Why can't we see in real time the images? Why is it not possible to see these images? What is the problem in not showing it? Then, of course, Thuram impressed me. Is already in forma campionato. Thuram already in forma campionato. Immediately, boom, boom, 2 goals. Chapeau. I was long time hesitating to take him in my team instead of Dovbyk. Then, of course, I said too many. I have already an Inter player, Çalhanoğlu. I don't want to go too far, but Thuram is already in a super form. Genoa, it's not that I was that much impressed again, but it's a team that will annoy a lot of teams, and that's one. will come on the second one. Guys, if you're asking me by spamming or asking Beppe, what do you think about the number 9 abilities, or that we need a number 9, we are speaking about another game. First, Inter Genoa, then we'll go towards Milan, Torino, and then we speak about Juve, as I told you. And we'll speak, of course, about the number 9, because we also saw today Alvaro Morata entering. He makes the difference. He makes the difference. He makes the difference without any hesitation. You captained Leao. I captained first Çalhanoğlu, and then I said last minute, no. Take that captain bent away. I don't want to start my Serie A Fantasy League with a captain that is Inter one, and let's give it to Kenan Yildiz. So hopefully Kenan Yildiz will do really well with that number 10. Hassan, thank you. Really thank you for that beautiful, extremely beautiful donation. Hassan, salut mon ami. Bonjour mon ami. Bonsoir. Bonne nuit mon ami. First, thank you for all the enthusiasm you bring. Thank you. Sometimes people don't like the enthusiasm. I'm happy that some of you appreciate it. When do you think that we will start gelling with each other? Good move this summer, but one Mercato is not enough. Mistakes will happen. Expectations need to be managed. It's a long-term plan. Do I understand the question well? Where you are asking, when do you think that we'll start gelling with each other? Do I understand it well? If your question is about when do you think that things will click, when we will start to see really the first real ideas of Thiago Motta implemented of players, when you see this kind of combination, is that if this is what you mean with that question? Look, I don't know how long, for two reasons. The first one, because it's extremely difficult at today to understand which player will be there at the end of the Mercato. Because the entire preseason work done by Thiago Motta, of course, it's important, of course. But half of the starters, let's say, because we are speaking about starters, semi-starters, will not have received the entire preseason training sessions in terms of physicality, in terms of, and this, you don't get it anymore. Huh? If you have more or less the same physical preparation with other coaches, maybe you're lucky. But if you received another physical preparation that is more targeting on the long run, while Thiago Motta and team were working on a short term, it's already one thing that is annoying. Then the players are not there to receive all this tactical information, this technical information. So you will need a bit more time when you will enter Koopmeiners. Because if you follow a bit, we start our first friendly against Nuremberg playing really in 4-2-3-1. While from the next game, when Koopmeiners is starting to be late, when we see that Miret is injured, we change and we go towards a 4-1-4-1. So there is already a small adaptation. Not that it's changing the world, but there is already a small adaptation. For example, the tasks that Douglas Luiz is receiving today are different than the one that he will receive if Koopmeiners arrive. So I believe that Mercato will, unfortunately, because we are late, that's a truth, that's a fact, because we are late, Mercato will... Wait, give me a second, because... No. Wait, but now you see my screen here too much. Because I don't like to be that small. But it didn't change anything. It is what it is. Sorry, guys. Tomorrow I will adapt it again. So it will take time. Then, of course, you have new coach, new vision. I don't know how long Thiago Motta needs. And that's my second answer. I don't know how long it takes for Thiago Motta to really implement, not his idea, but for the players to really understand and being able to follow them in the both phases, defensive and attacking phase. But on the other side, you know it, I am a positive person. If I see already what we were able to see in these first games, the evolution of some players, the patterns that are starting to be visible, the identity that you are starting to see in a few movements, in few behaviors, I'm really optimistic. Then I totally agree with you when you're saying here, the second part, mistakes will happen, expectations needs to be managed, it's a long-term plan. When you're a Juventino, it's extremely difficult, which in a way it's not even acceptable to start the season saying, bah, if we are in top 4, we are happy. This is one of the messages that fans do not understand when the managers are saying minimum top 4. It's not that if you are top 4, you are happy. Because there is a huge difference with minimum top 4 and we are happy if we are top 4. The expectations of the Juventini should be that from today that Serie A starts, and especially on Monday with our first game, our expectations are to work with mini cycles. The 3 games before the international break, with 2 games that on paper we should go and win them, but you saw that today Inter on paper should have beaten Genoa, Milan should have beaten Torino, and they were not able. But on paper you should. And you should also show a big message beating in your home Roma. If you have already these 9 points, that's one cycle. You go in international break and then you go towards a second cycle that is a bit longer. But it will go till October, if I'm not wrong, where you have the second international break. And you go and you think step by step, but I agree with you. Like Kenan Yildiz will do some mistakes because he's young, like Vlahovic will do some mistakes. Thiago Motta will do some mistakes in managing a club like Juve, so we will need a lot of time. I agree with you. I'm not here to say if Juventus Football Club that now changed coach going from Allegri to Thiago Motta, if they don't win Serie A, we did a huge flop. I don't want to say that. It's not realistic to say that. It depends how you lose the Scudetto. That will be the huge big point. Of course, if you're out of everything already in January, it will not be accepted, especially if you don't put value on the player, especially if you don't start to see something significant. But I think that during this season, we will have to look at the big pictures, but also looking at the micro changes, the micro evolutions, and taking them and not forgetting and building on them step by step. So I think that small victories should be celebrated also this year. Giulio is saying Motta's football is extremely physical. Without the new 5 substitution structure, his football wouldn't be possible. The point here is that we don't have 5 subs. I agree with that. I 100%, that's a really beautiful comment, Giulio. A beautiful analysis of football. I prefer, honestly, that kind of message than going with Thiago Motta out. Or Giuntoli out, or without even watching or speaking. That's a really beautiful observation. We don't have, at the moment, 5 level subs. You saw it in the last game that we played against Atletico Madrid. We do only 2 subs. We do Fagioli and and Danilo, I think. I don't remember who was the second. I think Fagioli and Danilo. That's it, huh? Because it's not because he doesn't want, but we don't have them. And that's one of the mistakes also of the club, Juventus, that waited way too long. Or at least, no, it's not that they waited too long, because these are wrong words that I'm using now. Because we didn't close soon enough. Because we were not able to close soon enough. Because, of course, we are hostage of other teams. But, hostage or not, the reality is that these players, at 2 days, 1 day, honestly, in how much? 24, 40 hours, we are playing against Como, and they are not there. And that's something that we can't neglect. They will arrive later? Could be. Huge possibilities. Today I spoke with someone that told me, Beppe, with someone that takes care of football, that knows about football, that is inside the world, an expert. He told me, Pepe, I'm not worried at the moment. I am not worried at the moment. I will be worried on the 30th of August at midnight. That's the moment that I will be worried, because at midnight of the 30th of August, that will be the moment where there is no way back anymore. There is no giunto the idea or a C plan or a D plan anymore. It's over. On the other side, I'm angry, he told me. I am not worried because knowing Mercato, knowing Italian football since so long, since years of expertise of that football, I am not worried. Things could and can be fixed. If that's the situation on the 30th, I'm worried. But today I'm angry. And I think he was totally correct in his analysis. So for the time that I said I'm starting to be worried, probably I was using the wrong words, because today, speaking with him, I understand. In the meanwhile, fantastic, beautiful message, donation of 10 memberships by Mohammed Youssef. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, brother. It's Saturday. Mohammed is maybe not working, and he decided to do a beautiful gesture to the people that are here. That's a beautiful sign of not being selfish. It's altruism. To Ryan, to Calogero Galvano, to Jawad, to Kenny, to Matthew Tuma, to Itai Sharon, to Omar Avila, to Jerome, to Jason Cavari, to Bartolomei Ivansky, and to... I think that's it. That's 10. I think I read the 10 of them. So I hope you said, guys, thank you back to Mohammed Youssef, because it's a really beautiful donation to you guys. So enjoy it. Orion, 30 months with us. News on Chiesa, swap renewal. This slow burn is mad. The news about Chiesa, guys. So Hassan, tell us if I answered complete. I took more time, of course, because it's a fantastic, beautiful donation. Thank you for your long question, an important one. And also your advice for the people. I hope it's complete in what I try to answer today, Hassan. I hope. Tell us if you missed something. Chiesa, there is no news on Chiesa at today. The only news that there is today, maybe it's a significant news, go up, only up. Maybe the significant news, the only news that there is today about Federico Chiesa is the one that I will show you in a second, when the website will work again. It's this one, that today, you are not able to see it. But okay, you know it. I already spoke about it today. Is that Chiesa is, for the first time this season, available on the online store. So you see that Chiesa is there together with all the other people. So what can we understand with that? That yes, they are out of the project. They are training, some of them partially, some of them in a total isolated way. But all the players that have a contract with Juventus Football Club are available in the website, and will probably also be on the list of players, the official list of players that you will hand over to Serie A. From the moment that that list is given to Serie A, you can't change numbers anymore. You can still sell players, you can still sign players. If you sell a player that was wearing the number 7, let's say, because that's the one that we see here, you sell him and you buy a new one, you can still hand over him that number 7. I think. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about it. No, I think it's over. You can do it. I think you can do it in January again. Not in not now. They can take Dusan took CR7 number. Thank you for your yeah. Wait, because that could be a good one from Rigas. No, it was not. No, because Dusan arrives in January. Yeah. But in January, that's what I tell you. In the winter mercato, you can. I'm speaking about now. Imagine if you give the list of numbers to la Federazione Italiana Gioco Calcio today. If, let's say, the number 7, Chiesa leaves and Koopmeiners arrives tomorrow, but the list has already been handed over. I'm not sure if he can still take for the first 6 months the number 7. Because that number 7 could be linked to Chiesa. But then maybe because the player is not there anymore, it frees up that slot and you can take it. I need to check that. In January, you can, without any problem. That I know, because it happened with, indeed, Vlahovic. It happened also with Cáceres in the past and Benatia. Do you remember that situation with the number 4? But anyway, it's a minor issue. It's a minor problem that we need to pay attention to. Alex is saying Beppe is right. That's how it works in Football Manager 24. I don't know. I'm hesitant. Now I think that you can't anymore. In January, yes. Not now. But anyway, it's minor issue. We will discover it. Honestly, I don't care. As long as we have Koopmeiners, I don't care. As long as we have Nico Gonzalez, you know that I hate the numbers that are going over 30. I'm not a big fan of these numbers, over 30. 25 is already a stretch. 26 I like. Then it's a bit too high. But let's say over 30, I think it makes no sense. So this time, even if they take the number 99, I don't care. As long as we have the players. He wants to take the number 77, take the number 77. I'm happy with everything this time. No. I'm not complaining at all. Now, indeed, just to make Beppe mad, he will wear the 77. He will go totally crazy. I don't like these numbers, but this time I like them. Then if he wants to take the number 8, could be, and he goes with the number 8. What were we saying? What were we speaking about? News about Chiesa. That's actually the only news. That doesn't mean we send you a message that all these players are back with the first team. Every case is a singular case. We know since 2 days ago that Weston McKennie could possibly integrate the team, training with the team, and also travel already for the first game, being there on the bench to be there. While it will not be the case for Kostic, or at least not for Rogani, not for Chiesa, not for De Sciglio. For Kostic, today I hear that he was communicated to be out of the project. He didn't do any problem. He didn't cause any problem. No toxicity. Said it is what it is. I accept the decision. If that's the decision, there is no... It's okay. We'll try to find another club. Unfortunately, the offers didn't arrive. Or not a lot of offers arrived. There were some interest from Spain, some interest from Turkey, some interest from Saudi Arabia, but not really that big one, that huge one. I'm not saying Real Madrid, but you know, the one that is really concrete, all in for the player, and that the player agreed with. But he's looking, also I heard that his agent is in UK to try to find a team for Kostic. On the other side, it could be that for these 2 weeks waiting for offensive winger, Kostic could reintegrate also partially. Maybe just to be on the bench. Maybe just to be on the bench. Guys, I tell you, Monday we have no subs. If we remain like this, we have no subs for Weah. We have no subs for Kenan Yildiz. Zero subs. So we are in lack of quantity. We are really in lacking of quantity. So we need players. We need them. And that's why potentially a Kostic could be still there for 1 or 2 games before maybe leaving, or who knows, maybe staying. Let's see. For Chiesa, no. But Chiesa is totally different as Kostic. It's totally different also as Weston McKennie. Chiesa, we know it, received that contract extension in November, refused the money, etc. And since that moment, there is still no getting closer from both parts, from Juve to Chiesa, from Chiesa to Juve. And that's one of the big problems. Alessandro, thank you for the donation, Alessandro. Really, you know it, and really extremely appreciate it, Alessandro. Juve should clear Koop and Gonzalez in the next 24 hours. Now, speed is important, no matter what Atalanta do with the money. Okay, I explained this morning, I thought I was a book writer. I started to write an article this morning. I quite enjoyed it, to be honest. Even Mo told me, Beppe, it was a nice article. I hope that a lot of you read it this morning so that you can give me your opinion. Anyway, I wrote an article with beautiful, or I tried with my really limited English to find beautiful words to tell you that Juventus could possibly have understood that Atalanta and Fiorentina are actually keeping Juventus a bit in hostage, and that a Machiavellic plan could even be prepared. Now, when we are saying Machiavellic plan, guys, it's football, It's football, it's Mercato, it happens, and it will always happen. It always happened already previously, that potentially there was that option, because we know it, that Atalanta showed interest for Kalulu, that Atalanta showed interest for Nico Gonzalez, that Atalanta was just waiting for the money of Juventus. Clear offer that the money was transferred from Bank Bianconera to Bank Nerazzurra, so that with that money they could have gone, and that's why they were waiting, more days, so that with that money they could go, boom, Kalulu, boom, Nico Gonzalez, increasing the offer of Juve. The players, they want to play Champions League, they want to go to Juve, but if it's Atalanta, they will not cry about it, especially not Nico Gonzalez that really wants to play a Champions League game. Waiting so long means that Juventus will be totally in a difficult situation, totally blocked, because you will really have like 1 week to go, and then the option that you can find, or you're extremely lucky and you find the name that you were not expecting, La Giuntolata, and is fantastic, or big chances, huge chances that you flop and that you go with the Alcaraz solution. Could be and that's why Juventus was maybe waiting a bit to not give it, so that Atalanta is feeling the pressure to start their Mercato. And today we saw the first answers from Atalanta, because they signed 2 players, or at least one, Samarsic, and the second one, Danso. They increased that offer that apparently will also be agreed by the other club, which means you in a few minutes, boom, 2 offers, 2 times accepted. They are reinforcing, they are spending the money. 20 million for Samarsic, while we all remember that they wanted 30 from Juve. And then for Danso, if I'm not wrong, am I wrong or not when I tell you 16 million? But I can be wrong on that one. I just watched it going through, but I am not 100% sure about that. Is it 16 or am I wrong? Is it 16 or am I wrong? Apparently they are also going for Wesley, so another player on top. So it's really boom, which means boom, that Juventus now probably they understood that, okay, Atalanta will not spend that money on Kalulu and Nico Gonzalez. They are spending for their own Mercato. We know that Samarsic could be or an addition of Koopmeiners, or could be the sub of Koopmeiners. Where is Danso playing? What is the position of Danso? And then I will go to Mohamed Youssef. What is the position of Danso? I need to understand that. Let me check. Because center back, Kevin Danso, center back from Lens. And the other player that they want, if I'm not wrong, is Wesley Moraes. That is a center forward. So they take an offensive player. They take a Samarsic. I think that it's enough, no? I think it's okay now, no? I think it's okay. I think that now spending that much on these players, if they want, they can still continue with O'Reilly, and then they have Samardzic plus O'Reilly, and we have Koopmeiners. So when I'm expecting a big movement, guys, I'm expecting, to be honest, if I tell you the truth, I'm expecting even this evening to Juventus to have that final, not final agreement on the price, because all that has already been done. But maybe this evening already having the final date where Atalanta will free you have, that could possibly even be tomorrow. I tell you that today, this evening, I feel positive. I can be totally wrong. Today, I feel positive that Koopmeiners could be in the stands in the Allianz Stadium. Not on the bench, but in the stands. Center back. Brescianini as well. Indeed. So, they spent a lot of money. Yeah. Let's say welcome back to Softic, that disconnected, going a few weeks on holiday, totally disconnected from all GJustjuve, and then since a few days came back. Also, I saw your messages. I was super happy with your family. You had a beautiful holiday. 6 weeks, if I'm not wrong. 6 weeks, and if my memory is working well, in Puglia. So that's, if I'm not wrong. But anyway, in Italy for Softic, 6 weeks, which is nice. And disconnected, and then came back right on time for the start of Juventus Football Club season. So welcome back, my friend, also here with a contract extension here. 32 months, long time. A very tough and beautiful season ahead of us. Indeed. Grandissimo Softic. Welcome back. As you saw that the entire chat said hello. Also, Mohamed Youssef, thank you, my friend. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Mohamed. Can't believe that we are finally back to Juve football, and not for one game a week. We are towards intense entertainment, happy wins or annoying losses. It's a chapter to live. Forza Juve, Forza Beppe. I reply on that one. Some people, they will probably think, Beppe, sometimes you are faking or you're exaggerating your emotion. It's match day 1. You are not even watching Inter. I tell you, you are not even watching Juve. Sorry, what did I say? I tell you the truth. I was watching Inter with my son. I love watching football with my son. I was watching them, and we were nervous. We were pissed off. We were already starting to shout at the television when a throw-in was not given to Genoa. We were shouting when there was a dubious foul. We were shouting when you have the hand on the shoulder of a player is falling. There is no foul for Genoa. There is a foul for Inter. And when Inter scored, when Genoa scored at the 20th minute, I celebrated that goal. I promise you, with my son, we celebrated that goal. I can tell you, I watched Euro 24. I watched Olympics, some games here and there, not all of them. I watched Liga. I watched Premier League games. I watched Manchester United, Liverpool, a bit of Arsenal. I saw Marseille. I saw Paris Saint-Germain against the... So I watch a lot of football. I watch the friendlies of this team. There is, except of Juve, there is nothing that is giving me these emotions as Serie A. Then, of course, Champions League competition, but if we are qualified. If not, I don't care. But it's really crazy, yeah? It's really crazy. The feeling that Serie A is able to transmit you when you're watching. I'm sorry, I pity the people that are not loving a team. I really pity them. I'm sorry for them. That whatever team it is, but that you don't support a team. I understand that we are going towards an era of individualities, the player over the club, etc. I understand it, but I pity the people that, but Dybala is playing with low socks, then I will support a bit Roma as well. I will sympathize for Roma because Dybala is there. But you have, I don't know, Brest, I like their name that they have, Brest, so I will support a bit of Brest. But Cristiano Ronaldo is go to Al Nassr, I will start supporting Saudi Arabia. Guys, football, there is heritage, there is history, there are these kinds of banter, there are the small stories that nobody knows about but that were spoken that you remember. Remind me, guys, that later in the live today, later, I will explain you that I dreamt about Dusan Vlahovic. If someone can remind me, not in 2 minutes, a bit later, can remind me that I explain you my dream about Dusan Vlahovic, you will love. It's really a fun one. But I was watching that game. I was celebrating the goal of Genoa. Then that goal that was offside, not offside. I was pissed off. I was shouting. Then when they scored that penalty, I was scared because he missed it, to be honest, Messias, and then he scored. I was happy. I was really happy to enjoy again Serie A because I take it seriously, because I live it, and it's not only a Juve thing one time a week. Now what Mohamed is saying is totally correct. Juve will not play only one time a week, we'll play twice a week, except of a few weeks, we will play twice a week. It will be a constant entertainment. We don't have the team in quantity at today to play 69 games. We will arrive like zombies. But I believe that we can have a lot of fun. And also we will have a lot of downs. We will have a lot of anger on the channel. We will scream. We will hate each other. You will be pissed off with me. You will say that I'm telling shit, and you will probably be correct. But I think that it will be a nice season to live together with a lot of newness from the coach, from the technical staff, from the players. I think it will be a really nice one. So I totally agree with the message from Mohammed. Thank you. Janis, that became a new member today. Thank you. My brother. I don't know if you say, how do you say brother in Greek? Probably I already knew, but I forgot. But thank you. Thank you. Really, really, really appreciate it. Some people are waiting for me to say attenzione. At the moment, not that much. Attenzione. We didn't speak about Milan, Torino. Guys, I anticipated you that Torino could possibly be the surprise of the season. You know what is a bit of pity? That they gave up on second half. After that 1-0, they played extremely well. Or that first half, they played really well. Where you really saw the first intentions of Vanoli to play his way of playing. You saw combinations, you saw triangles. I really, really enjoyed the football. I don't like Torino either, but it was really pleasant to see. With the Milan in difficulty, with Salamakers that was playing as a left back in the first half. Milan in difficulties, Leao, the same as usual, a lot of smoke, no fire. In French, I say to my son, que du rap, pas de frappe. Which means a lot of rap, no shoot. Frappe, in frappe, a shoot. But in English, it's not the same, so it's not funny in English. But in French, it's que du rap, pas de frappe. Which was funny in French, because it's all the same. But it's true, a lot of smoke, no fire from Leao, a bit annoying. Also, Chukwueze that is going in that transformation of Leao. Today I saw, not because of the hairstyle, we don't care about physique, but the playing style. I was like, oh, they have some Milan fans that were already complaining about Leao, and now they doubled him. It's strange to see that. Of course, you will have that genius move at a certain moment from these kind of players. But disaster, huh? According to me, disaster. According to me, not good. But it's beginning of the season. It's the beginning of the season. But Torino, you saw. The pity for Torino, because I wanted them to win, was that in the second half, they entered and they didn't want to play anymore. They didn't want to play anymore. They went back to a Juric Torino. To a Juric Torino. They went with we parked the bus, we shot the ball, we don't play football. Then they had that second goal. It's a pity. It's a pity. It is what it is, guys. Who impressed me from Torino? Bellanova. But I'm impressed, guys. I didn't trust him entirely, and that's my bad. My bad. But I took him and explained it in my Serie A Fantasy Liga. I really wanted him. Bellanova, I trusted him a lot. I took him. I was correct, but I didn't play him. And Zapata, that scores today as well. Now, Bellanova was extremely good. Extremely good. I think also that Buongiorno leaving is one step to give him more responsibility. A coach is totally different. You know that Vanoli was the vice of Antonio Conte, so they know each other. They have some kinds of similarities in behavior, in screaming, in giving everything. That is also really quite interesting. By the way, today Napoli people hate. The love story is already over. It's already over. It's already over. Disaster in Napoli, but that's another story, of course. That's another story. At the moment, why no news, guys? Why no news? Because the games are just over, so they are actually doing the debrief. They have these spots for the post-game interviews on television. They have 2 games to cover, plus the games of earlier. And then you will see again Mercato heating up. So the news, they will arrive, but at the moment they are really focused on something else. Perin number 1. What is your opinion about Perin number 1, guys? While we are waiting for the news. Perin numero 1. Good news, bad news? Were you expecting it? Were you not expecting it? Are you disappointed about it? What is your opinion about that? Perin numero 1. Salvatore do not care. Anthony likes it. Serraz, if Perin has 1, means Digre didn't want him. Zneze, can you check the leaderboard, Beppe? Of course I can, because I know already why you are asking me to do that. I know, because probably you are first. No, but there is no update. You need to wait. Indeed, you need to wait until the entire end of the first game. So, respect Perin. Your wife will be jealous if she hears your dream. About Vlahovic, no. I explained it even earlier. She didn't care about my dream. My son, he listened to me. My wife, she didn't care at all. He deserved it, but I didn't expect it from Punsara. It's okay. He deserved it, but it wasn't expected. Honestly, it was absolutely not expected. Usually, I know these kind of things a bit up front. I had absolutely no idea about that. I didn't know at all about that. What I think is that Digre really wants the number 16. That's his number. That's the number that he wants to rock at Juve. Now with Weston McKennie coming back in the team, and if he stays, problema. But I think he really wants that number 16. And because that number 1 is important but less important, I think he discussed also with Perin. Perin was extremely good friend with Szczesny. Perin is there since long. Perin is an important man of the locker room. I think that they said, you know what, Perin, take the one of Szczesny. I think it's even more respectful that you take over the one of Szczesny, because I am actually the one that is indirectly, because we can't blame Di Gregorio. Poor guy, he has absolutely nothing to do with it. But I think that, also out of respect, he said, indirectly, I am the cause that he's leaving Juve, the club that he loved and that he respected, a bit earlier than predicted. So, you know what? Take the one. You are his friend. You know him. Instead of me not only taking his spot at Juve, not only pushing him indirectly, but also taking his number, I think it's a bit too much, and I believe that Tech doesn't deserve it. So, Mattia, take the number. You love the number 1. I'm not even the huge biggest fan of the number 1. I think, supposition, that this is how it goes. How many percentage do you think I'm right with my strange supposition of how it went? The number 1 story of Tech, Perin, Di Gregorio, triangle. Dragoni is already telling Mbappe, good point. No. Oh, he just injected in the last 2 years 900 million euro. Basta. No, it's not a supermercato, because this is not how Juventus works. 83% Maric, 80, 100, 60, 90, 0%. Khaled saying, Mbappe, you're totally wrong. This is not how it happened. 78.7, 20 if you wanted the one, he took the one. Probably, yeah. Probably. 23.5. John is saying, I wish we went for Samardzic ourselves instead of Koop. I believe personally that Samardzic lost himself a bit. It's not easy neither, huh? It's a player that was that close to Inter, was that close to Napoli, has had his name circulated around Juve since 3 seasons. Every time leaving Udinese to make the step, and at the end he's always there at Udinese. So I think that mentally he gave up a bit. And when you give up mentally, because the season of last season of Samardzic was not great, huh? When you give up a bit mentally to let that mental work again, it's not that easy. And I think that an Atalanta for him is a beautiful step. Also because we know that Gasperini loves to test, to rotate. But I'm not sure. Alfredo Pedula. Koopmeiners. Always and more close. More and more closer to Juventus Football Club. It's always more Juve in his destiny. Nico Gonzalez. Right after. It's a chase. It's like one after the other. It's like they are even touching wheels. The important thing now is that they are not touching too much, otherwise there will be a huge collision. But they are there, one after the other. Attenzione. What about Consensao? Miretti out. We will speak about it because we will read the entire article, the papyrus of Pedula, where I see already some people in the chat saying Pedula is recycling what we already know. He's reformulating a bit. But that's where we are at, and we know it. We need to speak about it. Turn Koopmeiners with 3 O's. That's why maybe he's closer. Oh, guys, I want the one with 2 O's, because Turn Koopmeiners, I have no idea who it is. Oh, I want the one of Atalanta, Turn Koopmeiners with 2 O's, double O, not triple O. Kumper, for the people that know a bit the Telegram group. So, Turn Koopmeiners will go to Juve. Hopefully it's the right one. I don't agree with who said he's recycling the news. Because here is actually, if it's the right Turn Koopmeiners, the one from ex-AZ Alkmaar. Because here he's starting with a huge sentence. He's saying, Turn Koopmeiners to Juventus, this is how it will go. When you start with Turn Koopmeiners to Juve, it will go like that. That's a big, huge statement. You can't go back from that one. If Giuntoli fails, Pedola fails as well. If you start with that, if Giuntoli fails, Pedola fails as well. We don't dare to say that it will be a question of time, as we are explaining you the same story since the 10th of January, but the end of the story, the epilogue, is already written. Should not have been un tormentone. Un tormentone is la tempête, a tornado, a soap opera. It should not have been a long story. It became like that, but now it's time to cut the rope. Atalanta signed Brescianini and Samarsic. Atalanta has signed Brescianini and Samarsic, but even with or without, and that's an important addition to it, the Dutchman will see the doors of the Bianconeri going open. After Como, or before the next weekend, we will understand it soon. Okay. But on the definition of the deal, of the transaction, there are no doubts anymore. As we already anticipated, we are closer to the 60 than to the 55. Juventus wants to sign 2 offensive wingers. And since these last 2 weeks, in pole position, we have Nico Gonzalez. And now it's a matter of closing the deal. Whereabout Francisco Conceição, the situation is clear. Juventus, that's the team that he wants, and Porto wants to make him happy. But at their conditions, 30 million. If Juventus is taking time and they are not closing also the deal for Conceição, it means that they are actually opening the door, the way to other competition to enter. For example, also the Saudi Arabia clubs that are on the player. We will see. In the meanwhile, Juventus has decided to sacrifice Miretti, that will leave in the next few days. Genoa is one of the clubs that is queuing. And they have, at today, the 18th of July, most chances to beat all the competition. Usually I'm faster in translation, maybe it's late, but also it's the way of Pedola to write really long sentences that makes me sometimes hesitant about what's the point of what he's saying. But anyway, it's really clear. In a sum up, in a few seconds, what he wrote here, Koopmeiners will go to Juve. It's a done deal. We have new signs from Atalanta, signing Brescianini and Samarsic, but regardless of that, the road is already written. The story is already written. Koopmeiners will be a player of Juve. When? We don't know yet. It could be right after Como, could be before the end of next weekend. We will see, but the story is already written. Koopmeiners for nearly 60 million and not 55 will go to Juventus. Then Juventus will continue with their priorities that are Nico Gonzalez and another winger. For Nico, you just need to close now to finalize the deal. For Conceição, situation is clear. He wants to go to Juve, but Juve, they need also there to finalize. Otherwise, people will enter. Miretti, decision has been taken. He will leave. What does that mean? Miretti out. Probably McKennie will be in. Kalulu, no news. Juventus has been quite surprised about Kalulu saying, I need a few days to really clear up my mind. 'There are no news. I heard also about the news. of Juventus. But it's a really strange news, guys, about Di Marzio. Earlier today about Samu Omorodion. That Juventus and Napoli, and not only Juve, but Juventus and Napoli, they asked information for a loan of the player, but Atletico Madrid do not want to loan him. 20 years old, as a backup striker, and that brings us back to one of the first questions of the live. Beppe, do you believe that we need other qualities or other player? Look, I always told you that my minor problem of this team, Mercato, would have been finding a replacement for Milik. If you could do it, if the rest was done, yeah, why not? Because I'm sure you can upgrade Milik without... There are a lot young players with different characteristics, whatever. You can find. Cheap, no cheap, whatever. But it was absolutely not my problem. I told you, if you are able to bring me 2 offensive wingers, 1 center back, 1 midfielder, and Milik stays, I'm happy. Then in January, we can go towards another situation. Of course, we need a Milik that is healthy, because that's another problem. Because from what I heard and read somewhere, apparently will be forfeit for the game of Como, and that's where we start having a problem. If it's 1 game, okay, but who else? Who else? Sekulov, that according to me was not the answer, was not the solution, but is out. So we have nobody. Yeah, you can play with a falso 9 a la Kenan Yildiz, maybe. I saw today Morata. I don't know if you watched the game, guys, how he entered Morata. He entered with the will of an 18-year-old boy that is for the very first time in a big team and that wants to show to the world that that he has a beautiful career in front of him. Anticipation, runs, pressing, strong on the left, strong on the right, scores a goal with the instinct of the number 9. The people that were there yesterday in the live, we spoke a lot about the lost instinct of the number 9, because it's a position that we rarely see, because we see an evolution in the role because of how the opponents are building from the back, etc., etc. Morata is one that still has that instinct. According to me, he played really well. GTA saying Mbappe played really well as well. I watched the game, he said yes. Then, Morata, one of the problems of Morata has always been... I don't want to say that final step, because at the end, won 2 Champions League, played in Premier League, played in La Liga with Atletico Madrid, with Real Madrid, played at Juventus Football Club, is now playing at Milan, played in Spain, captain of Spain, winning the Euro. You can't say that he didn't do that final step, because at the end, the goals, he always scored them. Wherever he went, he scored them. He found a way to score always. The thing with Morata is that continuity in a same season. It's like... I'm not saying the behavior, I'm not saying the personality of Morata, but Morata is the player that has this kind of... Maybe I will not say what I was thinking. I will make it more simple. Morata has these kinds of ups and downs, but really drastic, like a lot of ups during 5, 6, 7 weeks, where he's also fed by the love around him, by really the love around him, and he used that as positive energy, and he goes in ceilings that, wow, Morata is the best player of the world. And then sometimes the wind can change, or he miss 1 goal, or something is going wrong, I don't know what, and he goes immediately, boom, in that depression zone where you have absolutely no idea where Morata, that you were watching, where he went. And that's a problem, because you never know which Morata will turn up. You do never know when he will stop and when he will start the engine again. It's really difficult. It's really difficult. I love Morata. We love Morata. But it's extremely difficult to analyze Alvaro Morata on that way. But that he's a really strong player. Nobody can doubt about that. Did I want him at Juve? No. I didn't want Morata 3.0 back. Could he have helped that Juve? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. But you will see Morata will be a starter of Juve. Morata will be the starter of Juve. But Milan. Today I go totally crazy. Of Milan. It will be it will not be Jovic. Jovic is a super sub. It's not the... This one is really funny. This one is really funny. Then we will go to the message of my friend Ricardo from Australia. This one is really funny because my friend Massimo Zampini, and I have immense respect for Massimo Zampini, that wrote a few books that I always have the pleasure to read and buy. This is the last one that he wrote. It's called Un'ossessione italiana, an Italian obsession, Juventus. Speaking about the psychology, about a lot of time the hypocrisy of the anti-Juve world toward Juve, the things that are strange, let's say, strange. They are allowed to do things that we can't, but they are always pointing fingers, the mass manipulation, etc., etc. It's a fantastic book, guys. If you speak Italian, it's really one that I recommend you. Beautiful. There is another book that he wrote before that, and it's this one. 3000 giorni, 3000 days, more or less, of Juve being there, on top of Serie A, winning, that made actually a lot of people go totally in tilt. The anti-Juve world went totally in tilt. Fantastic book about how the other ones were judging us, punishing us, speaking bad about us, being obsessed with Juve during 3000 days. We made them totally crazy. But before that, the first book I bought from him was this one. Il gol di Montari, the goal of Montari. For the one that were watching 2011, 2012, 12, 13, you will all remember that goal of Montari with Milan. That we all remember. Buffon was accused of not being fair play. Buffon has been not fair play, not correct. You didn't say it. You should have gone to the referee and saying it was goal. I saw it. The goal is correct, and there was a mistake. So many. And we are here 12 years. 14 years later with the same story. Yeah, the Milan of Allegri. And then you see hypocrisy. Because today, for the people that watched Milan against Torino, did you see any of the Milan players? Because the watch was not working or didn't work good enough, I don't know. Did you see any single player of Milan that you can see they watch the ball that is in the goal? There are two players. There is I don't know if it's Ciao or I think it's Ciao. I don't know who's the other one. Did you see any of the Milan players showing act of fair play, going to the referee and saying, "Oh, ref, it was goal"? Nobody. They were just silent and hoping that nobody would have seen it. You see, and this is the first thing that, of course, Massimo Zampini said as well. Obviously, the defenders of Milan, they went to the referee to say that it was goal, no? They showed a beautiful lesson to Buffon that they insulted for 10 years. Sometimes you need to wait a bit. People are saying, yeah, but the goal was 1 meter. Of course, it was huge, and the goal of Montari was huge. On the other side, you have a Buffon that is jumping. He's like that. He's jumping like that. He's not even aware from where he is. He's taking that ball. You could say why today you see clearly that you have two players. One that is looking at the ball that is in the goal, and the other one is already in the goal watching the ball there. And if it's not 1 meter... Well, it depends, because it's really far, guys. If you watch here, it's really inside, It's really inside here. We are really speaking about that, If you put a goalkeeper with the hand, with everything, we are not that far away from Montari goal, If the one of Montari is 1 meter, this one is 60 centimeters, No? No, but just to tell you, I don't like the hypocrisy that is always the same. Buffon was the biggest traitor of the world. Buffon was a hypocrite. Buffon was not fair, was the shame of Italian football, was not a beautiful example for the kids. Buffon had no sportsmanship. Buffon was not... And there you have nothing. Like it's correct. But it needs to work in both ways. And this is something that Massimo Zampini, 3 books, 3 books, and I buy all of them, wrote. And this is also something that I try in my small bubble as a Juventino to defend. You all remember how much I defended Juve on the minus 15 points, because I think it's also a mission of Juventini to try to defend what is not correct, or what I try to do when I see papers, or sometimes even Juventini are translating things where I said, that's not correct. Pay attention about how you share the information about our beloved Juventus. Let's go to Riccardo from Australia. Ciao grandissimo Beppe, I can't wait. Off to Sicilia, Lipari, then make my way to the Juventus-Napoli game. Nerves already there. Saluti paesano, thank you for the donation. I don't promise it, but it's also the first game that I would love to see in the stadium this season. I don't have the tickets yet. I didn't plan anything, but it's the first thing that I'm starting to think about. I could have gone again for Juve Como. I decided not to go. Verona is away. At home, Juve Roma. It's a bit too early because my son starts school the day after, the 2nd, yeah. So my wife starts a new job on the 2nd, so I don't want to leave them alone for that. So probably Juve Napoli, that's the 5th game of the season. It's the game that I could possibly go. So if I go, of course, we meet Riccardo. We drink something together. Beer for me, my friend. But I don't know if I will go there. But if I do, you will know about it. I will tell you. Grandissimo Riccardo. I hope we can. So that would be beautiful. Let's try to... I will try. Buffon is untouchable, Steve Slick. But not untouchable, no, because guys, if someone is doing something wrong, he needs to be... it needs to be spoken about. Like if someone is doing something right, it needs to be spoken about. like you all gave your opinion about Greenwood. Like you all gave your opinion about. Oh, pay attention, because I know how it goes. A twisting of word, Beppe compared. No. Two different things. I'm just saying people, they are doing right things or wrong things. When they do right or wrong, we need to speak about it. Buffon is not a saint. Buffon can do stupid things. Buffon can do fantastic things. And when we heard the name of Greenwood to you, where you all gave correctly your opinion about the situation, the matter. I always told you that Greenwood, if you're looking at the extra off the field topics, better not. But I always affirmed that Greenwood is a fantastic player. Then if you are weighting everything, probably it's better not to do it. It's better not to do it. No regrets. I don't have a lot of regrets in my life. From the moment that you take a decision, it is a decision. But today I watched him again. As a player. That goal that he scores today at the 3rd minute, guys. I rarely see players like that. Penalty, assist, involved in the game. Of course, Liga, of course, first game of the season, of course, whatever you want. But when you see class, you know. I tell you, player-wise, maybe I can tell that. Player-wise, so don't mix up things. Player-wise, from all the names that I heard, is by far the best one. By far. Sancho, Adeyemi, Zegrova, Nico Gonzalez, Consensao, Galeno, Pepe, Chiesa, Sule. For all the players, playing-wise, talent-wise, better. In that typical role, of course, he has speed, he has a shot, he's a left foot that is taking the penalties with his right foot. But you know why? You know why he's taking the penalties with his right foot while he's a left foot player? Because he said that when he was 13, he missed a penalty against Manchester City, and he didn't feel well after missing that penalty when he was 13. And since that day, he started to take the penalties with his right foot. And he feels great doing that. And that's why he's taking it with his right. The guys, you need guys at 13 to take a decision like that. We speak not about the person, we speak about the player. Then the thing is that I was reading, because I was watching Marseille, then I was reading in the meanwhile a few comments. Guys, he did really well on the field. You see, the criticism is it's a lot. You go under a post and you know, when I read that story about left foot, right foot penalty, he changed it. And then you see the trolls, the jokes of people that are saying, but he's not shooting with his left foot because he wants to rest it, because he needs to kick his wife at home with his left foot. And so many, boom, one after the other, boom, 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 boom. And he's doing well. So imagine when he will do bad, because he will do bad at a certain moment. When I see the hate that is already... The guy wrote 3 books about it. The guy wrote a book of 335 pages. The other one is like 292. And then the first one was like 200. So we are speaking about 800 pages of anti-Juve world being obsessed with Juve. Imagine if a Greenwood comes. Then if he would have gone to Lazio, it would have been calma. another story. But at Juve it would have been the cocktail that it was better to avoid. But sporting wise, I always told you that here on the channel, always. Then Alfredo is speaking about the situation of Atalanta. I don't want to go too much into detail about that. I'll speak about all the names. Samarsic, they are going for Mauro. Perkovic, possibly. Pay attention. Danso increasing, but it's also a consequence that they want to increase with the money that they will receive from Koopmeiners. We already read the most important thing. What is the most important thing? That he said that Juventus will go for Koop, and then followed by Nico, but Juventus needs to close on that one, and then. But at the moment, the only name that we have no news about this evening is Kalulu. Let's see what he will do tomorrow. Tomorrow is another news. It's another day. Oh, I'm happy. Ciao Italian. I'm happy that we didn't sign Antonio Conte. I don't know if you saw the press conference of Antonio Conte. Mamma mia. He killed them. He destroyed the Napoli fans. Mamma mia. Oh, he didn't even play a game. He didn't even start. He didn't. And it's already a peak Antonio Conte. Mamma mia. He said a lot. He spoke about criticizing because of that 4-3-3. He repeated like that, 4-3-3, 4-3-3 last season, 4-3-3. You believe that I didn't watch 4-3-3, that I didn't watch Napoli playing last season with that obsession of 4-3-3, 4-3-3, 4-3-3, 4-3-3, the line, overhab, and then they finished 10th. He said, I was expecting much more from this Napoli. I was much more positive than the situation is. Is it comparable to the Juve rebuild when I started at Juve? He said absolutely not, because at Juve we came from twice 7 spots. Here the Scudetto of 2 years ago, is alternating the views of a lot of people. They are far from reality because of that Scudetto. Well, he says you're not anymore that Scudetto team, and he says that Scudetto made people probably overrating Napoli a bit too much. Strong words. But not only that, he spoke about that 4-3-3, he spoke about the 10th position, he spoke about the Scudetto, he spoke about the fact that if he doesn't receive gifts from De Laurentiis, Manna, he said, then we have he called 2 players. I don't even know the name, never heard about them. I think it's a bit, the next gen players. They don't have a next gen, but youth players. We have these players, if we don't receive them, we will do with them, and we will try to increase their value. What can I say? That's what he said. Then, what else did he say? He spoke about he doesn't know when the team Napoli will be ready to play beautiful or the football that he wants. He said might take 6 months, might take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. We don't know. I said indeed, a few days ago I said if they don't bring Lukaku to Napoli, Conte might leave. But it's true. Or did I say that, or? It was reported somewhere. I don't remember. But if I didn't say that, I'm thinking about it. If he doesn't receive Lukaku, he will be pissed off. I said it. Ciao Azzopardi. Beppe, is the song at the start of the stream Mercato is Crazy on YouTube, or did you make it because I'm in love with the song? You can find it on YouTube, Look, on my channel, Oh, we lost one. I don't like that, No, you go on YouTube, guys, sometimes you're asking questions. You go on YouTube. You go, it's easy, GJustjuve. Mercato is Crazy. Boom. And you have the long version of 2 years ago, the one that you are hearing, this one. Then you see the short version of 2 months ago. You have another version here, but the real version is this one with 9,300 here. Copy, and we send it in the chat for Jake Azzopardi. Here you go. Hey, leave a message under the video. Tell me, Beppe, not under this one, under the video of Mercato is Crazy. You said, Beppe, I found it, I love it. But you know that a lot of people, they are playing it for their kids. And it's true, Sometimes I receive parents that are sending me videos that I always keep private for privacy reasons for the kids and so on, that their babies, they are listening, on repeat mode, Mercato is Crazy. That's always extremely funny, because the kids, they like the song. And it's not only the kids, What do you want? But Dybala is a finished player, basta! It's over! You need to think logically. Dybala, after Juve, nobody wanted him. I know that it's difficult, I know that it hurts. Nobody wanted him. He went to Roma with less money than he wanted. He played half yes, half no. He disappeared again in the big game because he just can't. Unfortunately, but it's a reality. And when you have, back then, 2 years ago, nobody that wanted him, for nothing, for a free player, you need to start asking you the good questions. And then when 2 years later he can leave again, and there is again nobody in 2 seasons that is going for Dybala, you need to ask yourself the good questions. And I like Dybala. I'm not the hater of Dybala. It's not about hating or not hating or loving. It's not about hate and love. It's a reality, guys. So if you're telling me, Beppe, the answer is Dybala instead of Koopmeiners, we have a problem. We have a problem, because Dybala can't be the answer. He cannot be the answer. He was the answer years ago, and he did fantastically well at Juve. If you score more than 100 goals at Juve, you did fantastically well. The love story was over. Juventus didn't believe in him, and today, with a bit of background, a bit less emotions, because Dybala is emotions of Juve. A lot of people grew up with Dybala being their idol. Like I grew up with Del Piero being my idol. I know it's emotional. But today, can you say that Juventus did wrong on not extending Dybala? If you see the follow-up of the career of Dybala, that might possibly play there. When I'm saying finished, guys, maybe I'm using big words, exaggerated words, and you're probably correct. Because then tomorrow he stays at Roma, and he will do fantastically well. A fantastic season. He has it in him. The talent is non-negotiable. He has fantastic talent. But it's a player that if you go easy, go on Transfermarkt. Type in how many times he played for the Argentinian national team. How many goals he scored with the national team of Argentina. Then he will tell me, it's because there is a Messi. If you are the answer, like a lot of people are telling me, then you play on the left, or you play as a number 10. There is always space. It means that Nico Gonzalez go with the Argentinian national team, not Dybala. So you need to ask yourself the good questions, guys. So no. Beppe, Coop, Nico, Conceição, and Kalulu are all signing. I have a great feeling. If you have a great feeling, I feel much better this evening, Colo. I feel much, much better, Colo. If you have a good feeling. Look, you brought me again a smile on my face. I know that now Colo is pissed off with me because I know that Colo is a huge fan of Paulo Dybala as well. Huh? I didn't get the question. Then I'm sorry. Then I am sorry. Oh, yeah. But I was speaking in general. Wait. Guys, question. Was just could... Guys, question. Was just could Dybala technically do the same thing as Cope? I am not the only one who wants him back for serious. Just missing him emotionally. But I don't understand what you're speaking about. Tell me the question. In easy words. In easy words, so that I can understand them, because it's difficult. But then emotional, I understand. But guys, with emotions, we are doing the wrong choices. A lot of time when we are doing choices out of emotions, we do the wrong choices. A lot of times. Buongiorno, man. But I finish with the Dusan dream, and then I close. It's because I don't think we said everything. What did we say? We are closer than yesterday, and we are even closer than the day before, and we are closer than the day before, and we are a bit closer than the day before that, and we are a bit closer than the day before that, and we are a bit closer than the day before that. Did we arrive? Not yet. How close are we? Nobody knows. that's the fun thing. Everyone, you know what is really funny? Of course, we are speaking about the metaphor. I understand everything, but we are every time they are telling us now it's decisive hours. We are closer. Juventus is getting closer, but closer how long? Where did we start? You know, because it depends where you start. You know, how do they know? How can you measure you are closer if you don't know what is the end point or where is the end point? You can't. Guys, it's basic mathematics. If you don't know where is A and where is B, how can you measure the distance? Because if you want to use a word like we are closer, it means that you know where precisely is point A and where is point B. If you tell me it's closer, be closer how much? Closer where? We don't know. We just know that we are closer. That's the thing. Basically, that's it. We are closer. Closer. Koopmeiners to Juve. Nico is responsibility of Juve apparently that needs to close the deal if Commisso says yes. Conceição, Juventus needs to go. Otherwise, they are opening the door for their ones. Kalulu, rumors are saying he will give his answer tomorrow. But tomorrow is a bit more vast. But the beautiful thing in the Mercato is tomorrow, they can tell you, no, we said tomorrow. Yeah, but yesterday you told, yeah, but tomorrow. We never said today. We said tomorrow. And then the day after you said tomorrow. Yeah, I said tomorrow. Tomorrow it will come, not today. I never said today. I said tomorrow. What did I tell you yesterday? You told me tomorrow. I told you tomorrow, so tomorrow you will know. You know, it's I know these tricks and tricks and tricks. I know them. Colo, but every year you are telling me that. Every single summer, Colo is telling me, Beppe, I aged 8 years. I took 3 years. Don't complain, huh? Because last season, you were all complaining that there were no news at all, huh? With, what was his name there? Timothy Weah. Today he said how we need to pronounce this. Timothy Weah. He said, only Timothy Weah, and it was over. So we were all here saying, hopefully, you know, like that meme of that drawing, like, You know, like he's like this there. Do something. Do something. Wake up. Move. So we rested a lot last year. Colo 86. Colo 86. Timothy Weah. He said it in the audio. Timothy Weah. Okay, wait. Let's listen how he said it.
Ciao a tutti, benvenuti. It's Tim Weah, your favorite Juventino. Hope you guys are having a good week, and hopefully we see you guys against Como at the stadium.
Ah, no, that was not the right one. Here he said it's Tim Weah, but then you have a reel of Juve where they said their name. He said Timothy Weah. He said Timothy Weah. I will close. I close because I need to go to the shower, and after the shower, I need to go to bed. No, because tomorrow I have a baptism. I told you, huh? Oh, I didn't tell you. My brother, he had a baby. The brother had a baby. So I'm again uncle for the 13th time. Uncle, Zio Beppe. I was already uncle 12 times, now it's 13. So I became again uncle. And tomorrow there is the baptism. So thank you guys. So tomorrow, again, morning, I don't know if the video will be on time. But tomorrow, maybe I will try to wake up extremely early. I will try to wake up extremely early to do a video without editing, just boom boom, few news, we put it up, then I go to the baptism, then I come back and we speak again, because tomorrow, who knows, maybe he will come. Turn. Koopmeiners with triple O, like Pedula said. Buonanotte ragazzi, grazie, forza.